Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning into this episode of According to Sacha Podcast. We're here with you typically on Thursdays. We're here with you on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, I'm here with a special episode because I have my international guests usually are on Saturdays and Sundays to accommodate the time. So I do have a special guest all the way from Nigeria here with us today. Her name is Roseline Aigbokhan. And I hope I didn't pronounce it wrong, but but we'll definitely make sure we get that right. But yes, Rosalind, she's here. She is with Preserve Vessels Foundation. She does a lot with NGOs over in Nigeria and working with some excellent young women. And she has a whole list of things that she does. So I'm going to let her get into it. But before we do, I want you to remember to like, follow, and share. Like, follow, and share all of our platforms. We're down at the bottom. We're on our audio version is on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon, and so forth. But then also our video podcast. Right now, we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And we are on Facebook as well, but those videos will be loaded on at a later time. So a lot of changes, but when there are changes within the technical world, dealing with technology and our social media platforms, we have to adjust just to make sure that everything is always on the up and up, right? So my friends out there on Facebook, I apologize that I'm not coming live to you right now with the podcast, but you will catch the video later on after the podcast airs today. So you'll have the video. But anyway, haven't been doing anything new and great. I have some opportunities coming up. We're going to talk about this amazing event over in Nigeria that I'm a part of with Rosalind. And then I am going to be a speaker at the 125th National Black Business Conference in Atlanta. So that was actually started by Booker T. Washington in 1900s, you guys, in the early 1900s. So they've been able to carry on to the organization, dealing with Black businesses. And this is Black Business Month, the month of August. So we are celebrating that. And if you're watching, if you want to be a guest on the show, make sure you email us at info@swimgtgroup.com. That's swimgtgroup.com. And make sure you email us or, just drop me a DM on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, wherever we are. So I do thank you for being here today, but make sure, like I said, like, follow, and share, tell your friends about us and everything, and that we're doing amazing things, because what we do here on our platform is not just for us, it's for everyone else who is on our platform. So this is a way of us being able to give back to other entrepreneurs, to other speakers, authors, whatever your niche is, whatever your industry is. This is how we give back to you and help you build your business. So on that note, I have one video I'll play before I bring Miss Rosalind on, and I'll be right back. Entrepreneurship, small business, is something that everybody would love to do, making their own money. And this is what we will be talking about on According to Sacha. Hi, Rosalind. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm glad to have you here today. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's late over there in Nigeria. It's about 1 o'clock, a little after 1 here. So, there's a question I ask everyone before I get started on the show. There is one question, and I want you to
Yes,
tell
can
me.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me pretty good?
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. You are frozen, though.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I can see you now. Okay. Can you hear me pretty
Okay.
good and well?
Yes, 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 yes.
Perfect. Seems like there's a little lag, but we're gonna work through it and everything. But I do have one question.
Okay.
So I want you to tell the audience, who is Roseline Aigbokhan?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me on your show. And I believe that after this conversation, a lot of women will understand the essence of being on earth. And basically, let me just talk about me. I just want to talk about me now. I'm Roseline Aigbokhan, and I'm a fulfillment specialist. I help women discover the more in them, bet the passion in them. I help women develop, discover their potentials so that they can unleash in the place of purpose. And I help women struggling with challenges to navigate through those challenges into fulfillment, because the essence of purpose is for women to find life fulfillment. So what God has graced me with, and by His grace upon me, I've helped a lot of women navigate through their life challenges to discover their purpose and also become all that they want to be. So I have a foundation and a ministry for women. My foundation is for women and teenage girls, where I help women do personal development, seminars, outreaches, charity projects, empower women to become all that they want to be. Because most of these women, they have the passion to go after their dreams, but they are not empowered. So what we do in my foundation is to empower these women, to give them the right knowledge, right skills, to empower them financially, to encourage them to unleash in the place of purpose, because that is where they can find fulfillment. So,
Yes.
and I also do charity projects in communities as a project management manager. I also do projects for foundations, organizations, foreign organizations. I do projects for them in Nigeria, in Africa. If they want to impact women and widows, we have widows, orphans, young women, teenage women who are pregnant, we bring them together, encourage them, enlighten them on how they can pick up themselves, and encourage them to become all that they want to be. So we do charity projects in communities, rural areas, to help these women to stand on their feet, discover their purpose, and unleash in the place of purpose.
Yes. I
I
love
have a
every.
ministry, yeah. I also have a ministry for women, a ministry where I call the Preserve Vessel Fellowship. We have fellowship centers at different regions where we meet those women physically, not just online. We have different regions in different communities where these women meet every week. We have regions in Lagos, in Ogun State, other states in Nigeria, where these women come together to fellowship, to talk to themselves, to bond, to have hangouts together. In that way, we are able to meet them in person, you know, talking to them via calls and live sessions. Most times we don't get that amazing result. Like when we meet these women, go to their communities, go to their houses, talk to them about discovering their purpose, about becoming more, about betting that vision in them.
Mm,
And we discover that most of these women, they have great vision, but they are not empowered with the right knowledge. They are not empowered with the right skills to unleash those visions, to unleash their potentials and thrive in the place of purpose. So when we bring them together in our different region, we enlighten them. We do personal development trainings, we do coaching sessions, we do counseling sessions, where we enlighten these women and help them out with their challenges.
that's amazing. That is awesome that you're doing all of that over there in
Yes,
Nigeria.
and also
Every
for the
where
teenagers.
you located.
Okay, yes, we also have a project for teenagers where we go to school to talk about clarity of purpose. I go to secondary schools. My team and I in the Preserve Vessel Foundation also go to secondary schools, communities to speak to teenage girls, because we believe the earlier they enlighten about purpose, the earlier they enlighten about safety, a lot of them will save them from abuse. So we do projects to help them navigate through the a lot of platform that is open for, in a way, teenagers can be abused, because one of the things that fights fulfillment is abuse. you know
Mm,
Teenagers going through any form of abuse, it can affect them in discovering the more in them, in self-awareness. So what we do when we go to secondary schools and community is to enlighten these teenagers on social vices that can affect them from finding fulfillment. Then we
mm,
also enlighten them on abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and bullying and a sort of things happening among teenagers, internet addiction, so that they are able to navigate through these challenges. We cannot run away from these challenges, they are everywhere. But we can tame these challenges, we can enlighten our students, enlighten the teenagers in the community. Then we do charity projects where we talk about menstrual hygiene, give out pads, sanitary pads to these teenagers. So we do this charity project a lot for women and teenagers, just to help them become more, protect their potentials, and unleash in the place of purpose.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. And I love how everything is so centered around purpose, because that's the most important piece, is to be able to latch on to your purpose at an early age, and the work that you
Yes.
do with the teenagers, and then having them to grow into the young women and the women of purpose that can do the things that reach their dreams, their goals, everything that they have desired to be in life and business or more. You're doing it right now, and that's phenomenal, and I just love what you're doing. And not only just with your projects and the foundation, but you also have an amazing event coming up too, that actually works with the teenage girls. So let's talk about the Exceptional Girls event that you have.
Okay, thank you so much. The Exceptional Girls Conference is an annual conference that takes place in Nigeria, and probably over time we'll have it in other nations, because we believe it's an international conference, so we are moving it to other nations too. So we started in Nigeria last year, when God gave me those vision that, okay, we've been going to schools, communities to talk to the children. Why don't we have a conference every year where we can train these girls to be exceptional? Now we are raising children, teenagers, who will become a light. See, when you lighten a teenage girl, it's like you're setting her for our community, you're setting her up for our nation. If in a family there's a teenage girl that is exceptional, that understands purpose, that understands these things we talk about, she will become a light in her family, she will become a light in her school, she become a light. So we cannot reach all the schools, because I believe in leadership, helping others to become leaders. So lightening these women, lightening these teenage girls, so they go back to their schools to become a light in their schools.
Yeah.
They go back to their schools to become exceptional. And one thing that is common among teenagers is influence.
Yes.
The influence is so strong among teenagers, and we want to ride on that influence to set these girls up to become exceptional in their school, to empower their mindset, empower their understanding about life, their understanding about themselves, create awareness about who they are. Because most of these girls don't have the right, sorry for my voice, because I'm just trying to recover from a cold. So
Yeah.
most of these girls, they need to have enough self-awareness so that they can be able to pour out. Because what you don't know you have, you cannot give back. You
Yeah.
cannot pour out from what you don't understand. So we help these teenage girls to get clarity of purpose, clarity of themselves, so that they can know what they need to be, understand it early in life, and begin to unleash in those areas. Because every profession is a light.
Mm-hmm.
Every call, every gift is a light. It's going to be a blessing. So everyone has that seed in them. God gave everyone that seed to be a blessing to your community, to your nation, to your family. So when you discover that seed, you are able to build it. You are able to go to school to study. Education builds on that seed. Build that seed to be able to unleash in that place you've discovered. So most of these adults, women, we discovered the challenge they had was they were not able to discover themselves early in life. So they went for the wrong courses, they went to start the wrong businesses, they went into the wrong profession.
Yeah.
So, but when we talk to these teenage girls and there's clarity of purpose, there's a fire lighting in them, they're able to build on the right foundation.
That's
And
amazing.
that gives them the ability to unleash. So that is what we do for this. The conference is centered on helping these teenagers to create awareness about themselves, empower these teenagers, helping them reshape their mindset
Mhm.
because everything they become starts in their mind. And
Yes.
what most of the challenges we have with teenagers is in the area of influence on
Mhm.
their mind. So when
Yeah.
they know what is right, they are protected.
Yes. Yes. That's amazing.
So,
And then also,
yes, okay,
now I was going to say, and just how you pointed out with influence, and you talked about leadership, and then when you're empowering the girls and helping them have clarity of focus and clarity of their purpose and their mindset, then they can take that. Because let me put it like this: a lot of people forget that influence is a powerful stance for leadership. And
yes,
so
yes,
when they have the right frame of mind, when they are clear in purpose and so forth, then they can take that influence that they have, the power of it, and lead others. And I just love what you're
yes,
doing there and empowering. And one of the things you said earlier was, they can have the passion and but they may lack the empowerment. So when you're empowering those who have the passion to go forward in their clear purpose in their lives and what's
yes,
been destined for them, then it's like they can go over and beyond, as far as they're supposed to go, and really do
yes,
great things, as young women or as older women, impact change in other women and so forth. So
yes.
I just love that's amazing what you're doing with the event. So when is the event itself? I know it's this
Okay.
month. Once you tell the people.
This month of August, 29th and 30th. We're having it visually 29th of this month of August. We have speakers coming in to speak to these teenagers on our Zoom platform, where we have these teenagers being enlightened by foreign speakers that are coming to speak to them. Then on the 30th also we have speakers, we're having the physical conference because I don't believe in just imparting teenagers visually without getting to bring them, if we can bring them together to meet them. That way you are able to, there's an impact it has on them if you can meet them.
Yeah.
Aside talking to them visually, we are also able to meet them, do a lot of activities together, give them, because during the conference we have short movies. We
Mhm.
have short movies coming in on teenage pregnancy, sexual abuse. So we have a lot of sessions prepared for them. We have interviews coming in from Shantazi, we have one coming from Dubai. Then we have our foreign speakers coming from Canada too for the conference on the 30th. So we're not having it just visually, we're also having the physical conference in Lagos.
Yeah.
So the visual conference starts on Thursday by 7 p.m. Then the physical conference starts on Friday by 10 a.m. where we'll be
Awesome.
meeting the girls. And yes, yes, awesome. We have it planned out that I told the girls yesterday, I said, the all can take 400 girls. So once the all is filled up, we are going to, there will be a lot of teenagers are so excited about the conference, and we are anticipating, believing God that it's going to be an amazing time with these girls. We want to create that memory in them. We want to create
Yes.
that memory. We want them to go back to their schools, go back to their communities with an exceptional memory, with a unique understanding of who they are and what they should be.
Yes, that's amazing. And I'll be one of the speakers as well, you guys. I'll be there virtually. Maybe next time I could be there physically with everyone in Nigeria.
Yes,
And
we are so
when I come,
excited to
I'll
have
come.
you.
So it
We are
is
so happy
definitely
to have you.
it's definitely an honor and a privilege to be able to
Now,
partner with you and
yeah,
be
thank you so
part
much.
of an
Thank
amazing
you.
event. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, before we go, I know you do have a book that you're finishing up. Let's not to give everything about your book, but let's tease the people what there's going to be looking forward to seeing in that book that you have.
Yes, by God's grace, I have a book I'm almost done with. I I've been writing this book for the past 2 years. It's The Fulfilled Pencil. The title of the book is The Fulfilled Pencil, and it's the totality of fulfillment. So that is why I said I've been writing it for a long time, because it's like I'm pouring out a part of me, every part of me on fulfillment in that book. So whoever picks that book cannot leave this world without finding fulfillment. So it's like the totality of what fulfillment is and how people can find fulfillment, discover purpose, and drive to fulfillment, bet the dreams in them.
Yeah.
So the book will be coming out by God's grace before October, before the November that we have the next International Girls Conference coming up. So I'm believing God by October the book will be out, and I can't wait. A lot of people have been calling and saying we want the book. I said the book will be out. I just want to bet it here. I want to pour out all in that book about fulfillment, and I also have other books coming up. Okay, amending your broken heart, emotional books, and a lot of books coming up. Just stay connected because I'm releasing a lot of book after the conference. I'm bringing out my books after the conference, and that is the next phase of the fulfillment, especially by God's grace. By God's grace.
Awesome, awesome. And I love that because, a lot of times people, think that when you think about the fulfilled person, I love that title, and fulfillment in itself, it's not always, it's not the profits that you make from anything that you do. It's not all about, you know, how well you speak or how well you do things, but it's about what you do and how it comes back and satisfies you internally, but it's also about the impact that you're making with other people or whatever that purpose is that you're driven in it and you're moving towards it. That's true fulfillment. That's when you can sit back and say, okay, my work
Yeah.
is done. Just like, when you're ready to release this book, it is filled with the fulfilled purpose in that book. So when you're releasing it in October or before November, you already know the book is going to be fulfilled enough to even fulfill others. And so I just love that the trajectory of that and how that's going to come about and be a blessing to so many people. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
And you guys, I want you to connect with Roseline. Once again, she is the founder of Preserve Vessels Foundation. Her links to her social media is all in the show notes that you have on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I will post again and make sure everyone have the ways of connecting with you. But if you are in Nigeria watching and you need to connect with Roseline and her foundation, and if you have girls over there that needs to be a part of this, make sure that you're connecting with her. And even if you're not in Nigeria and you're working, but you have a heart for women, you have a heart for empowerment and so forth, I do invite you to connect with Roseline as well and see how, you can make an impact in the lives of so many people that they're touching through Preserve Vessels Foundation, as well as the fellowship with the ministry. And I just thank you so much, Roseline. This has been such a blessing. I'm looking forward to being with you guys end of the month and
Yes.
being able
Yes.
and the
Yes.
girls
So
too.
we are
Yes,
looking
thank
forward to having you. Sincerely, yes, we are looking forward to having you, and we know that we are going to relearn, and unlearn a lot of things from you. Thank you so much for this
you.
opportunity. I'm so grateful. Thank you for
You're
having me.
welcome. So before we leave, final words of empowerment or wisdom that you would like to share with the
God bless.
people who are watching.
Okay, I would like to share that the essence of why we are doing all this, why we are putting all this together, why we're on this show, is that everybody who will come across this show understands the essence why they are on it is to discover purpose and give birth to the purpose of God in them. Their destinies tied to your light. So unleash in the place that God has empowered you. The gifts He has given to you are pointed to what He has placed inside of you. The passions, the strongest passion you have is connected to your purpose. Because we have people who come to me and say, I have many purpose. I say, no, your purpose is only one, but you can have many passion. You can have passions, but you have just one purpose. Because your strongest passion is connected to your purpose. And purpose is what you give back to the community. Is that part of you that gives back to the world. without expecting anything in return, then your passion is what you want to achieve for yourself. We all have passions to maybe travel all over the world. We have passion for children. You can have passion for different things, but purpose is what you're giving back. And if everyone in the community can give back to the community, I think we'll have a better world. We'll
Yes.
have a
Yeah.
better world. If we can bet that which God has placed in us to become a blessing to humanity in your areas. I tell people every profession has a call. Every of your business strategies, your blessing lives. People come to learn about business from you, and their business begins to thrive. That means in that place of being a business strategy that God has empowered you with, you are becoming a light to others. It's not just about you being blessed, because definitely as you're pouring out in the place of purpose, there's a path that comes back to you.
Mhm.
There's a path that comes back to you when you are unleashing in the place of purpose. But the focus is centered on being a blessing. And that is
Yes.
why we do all this. We want to be a blessing to the community. We want to be a blessing in the place of purpose. So I will encourage anyone listening to me, please, we need your gift. We need your purpose. Unleashed in the place of purpose. The endless expectation of the creation await the manifestations of everyone on it. So the beauty of humanity depends on everyone releasing the gifts that God has placed in them.
Wow, wow. What a powerful way to end this episode, and so eloquently and powerfully said. Thank you so much, Rosalind, for just sharing your light and your gift with us today here on the According to Sasha podcast. I really do appreciate you. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode. We'll be back again on Thursday, August 15th at 8 p.m. with another amazing guest. We have Dominique Epps. He is a real estate investor, coach, and so many other things that he's doing. So we'll be back on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August 15th. So thank you so much. And remember that in everything you do, command your day and be great. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye-bye.